How many baby mamas you got?
Here you go.
Do they all get along?
Do all your baby mamas get along?
I only got 2 and one of them dead.
Oh, damn.
Well, I didn't kill her.
You with a threesome.
Yeah, she gotta be the side door. I gotta be main.
Bisexuality does actually exist.
Can I say this, Nick?
He might be.
Because you know I've been the husband and the wife in the same night. I've heard you was a butthole, Nick. But
what?
No. This is just a scenario.
I don't know what you heard about my butthole.
Well, you know, men don't mind.
What does that mean, Flame?
I mean, look at the P. Diddy tapes.
Oh,
come on, let's go. Where we going?
Here.
Get ready, you ready, because I'm ready for Nick Cannon a night, it's Nick a night. Ooh, Nick Cannon a night, Nick Cannon.
Welcome once again to Nick Cannon at Night, where we are talking love, sex, and relationships. And we got some experts in the building in those spaces. To the right of me is the New York Times bestselling author and sex therapist, Dr. and my man, Dr. Mike Dow. Y'all give it up for how you been, Doc?
Good. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, man. Also, co-host the Council Culture, all the stuff that we always do together. So it's an honor and a pleasure to have you here, you know, on our late night vibes.
All right.
And to the left of me is the legendary, the iconic comedian, actress, and Emmy-nominated host, an amazing podcaster from Laugh and Learn. I know. I was just saying if you was working, the one and only Flame Monroe.
What's up, Nick?
Flame, what up?
You look so fly in your blue.
I mean, well, thank you,
Don't
Flame.
be trying to turn me on. You got enough babies. Come on, let's go.
You can give me a baby? I don't even, no, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. And we're going to jump right into it. Of course, you know, we always kick the show off with a question, a conversation, or a dilemma. So let's see who we got.
Hey Nick, it's Parker Panel, and one of my girlfriend's love languages is gift giving, and I'm very bad at giving gifts. Now, coming from you, I know you've given some pretty cool gifts like cars and houses, but what do I give my girlfriend? I know obviously she loves flowers and she loves the outdoors, she loves to travel, and I'm trying to ball on a budget here, so help me out.
Some good, you know what? That's what I would say. If you ain't got the money, go ahead and put it down. That's the best gift. What's the song? In the box? That's what's, go ahead if you ain't got it.
Well, we know you don't have no issues with that one, player.
No, I mean, honestly, if I'm being sincere, I believe significant others always appreciate thoughtful gifts. I would say, like, they always, if you put some thought into it, regardless of what type of money you have, if you are balling on a budget, you should know their likes. You should know the things that they enjoy. I mean, even like myself, if I'm anytime somebody gets me like candy, I'm through the roof. Like, cause I'm always, that's like my love language is sweet. So, but someone would have to know that about me. So like, I would think if you know your significant other, just give them something cute, right?
No, he answered his own damn question. He said that she wanted some flowers and he wanted to wind her down on a budget. Take her ass to Costco in a good neighborhood on a Saturday morning and change T-shirts at the end of the hour. You could just keep going to feed her ass good. Go get to the flower aisle, give her some free flowers, and she gonna leave them there when she leave if she ain't got no damn receipt. That's a cheap date. Y'all be wasting.
Costco with the samples on Sunday.
But you gotta go to the good white neighborhood because the black folks don't have shit.
All right, Doc, give us a real answer.
I got to give this guy props because he's one step ahead. He knows his partner's love language. That's great. So he said, you know, she likes to travel. She likes flowers. I think where you said thoughtful, you know, what I do for my husband, I listen to what he likes. And sometimes we'll be in a store and he's like, oh, I really like that shirt. I'm like, that doesn't look good on you. And then I'll go and I'll buy it for him. You know what I mean? You like do those. You got to really
There's some trickery there,
all
though.
the time. And if you listen all the time, it doesn't matter if it's $10. Like for you, if you're like, Sour Patch Kids are my favorite candy, and somebody bought that for you, it's like, wow, that is so
They
thoughtful.
know me.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Wait a minute. Did you say husband?
I did.
I was digging on you. You got a boyfriend, man. Leave me alone. Come on, what's the
it would have been a love connection, but he's married already.
Write him back and ask him, is he familiar with the dollar store?
Because you know what? You joking, but I was about to say that if you
Yeah.
can't buy one big gift,
Well, every day.
you
$1.
can give, yeah, you can give a lot of little small gifts. I mean, even one of the tricks that always works well is like if you just wrap up gifts and hide them throughout the house and put them where you know she's always gonna be. And he was like thinking of you and doing it, like that type of stuff works. And you can do it. You can go get little stuff from the dollar store
Hey.
and then put them all over the house. So it's like a little romantic hunt.
There you go.
I'm telling you. So that's for you right there. Let's see. I'm sure we got another. That was a good icebreaker, but I'm pretty sure we got something a little bit more intense coming up. We gonna get down to it, Flame.
I'm just saying.
Let's get our next at-nighter. Let's see what they got.
Hey, it's Almond Roberts. I have a question. So, as a bisexual man, my biggest struggle is telling women that I am into men on the first date. As soon as I tell them this, I can instantly see them being turned off, and everything I say after that don't even really matter. So I want to know, is it a certain time or a certain way I should let women know that I am bisexual? Because dudes don't care. I can just instantly tell them that they won't give a but when it comes down to women, they are instantly turned off. So should I wait? Because I feel like that's kind of cheating somebody out of a relationship.
That,
All right.
I'm gonna let y'all handle
The
that
first
one.
answer for the first question is duh. You know, of course a woman gonna turn and go left if that ain't what she's into. You can't change her, man. He was a pretty guy too. He must live in Atlanta. He was a pretty y'all missed that whole joke. He was a pretty guy too, but he on some bullshit. A woman that likes men that don't get down like that, that's just not, now this new flavor, they doing a lot of shit. But women who just stand there who want a man that don't do that, she don't even want to know.
So, all right, so let me kind of understand this here, because Almond says when he goes out with men, that there's never no problem telling a man that he also likes women.
Listen, I got
But
a dick and titties and get down when you get down, period.
I was about to say, you're an expert
You
for
damn
this.
straight. I don't know. I had a problem with the bisexual thing. I'm telling you, men always teach all this bisexual shit. My friend just asked me, Flame, you think Shannon Sharp is gay? I said, no, I don't think he's gay. She said, you think he's straight? I said, no, I don't think he's straight. She said, oh, you think he bi? I said, no, I don't know if he bi, but the damn show purchased.
Well, what I want to say to him is that he's doing the right thing, right? Because if the women who he is trying to date are not okay with him being bisexual, then he's doing the right thing and he's not wasting anybody's time.
Well, if a woman paid more attention to him for more than 3 minutes, he ain't have to tell her.
And with a name like
That
Almond,
wrist was a little broke. I'm just saying.
Well,
anytime you go on a date with a named Almond,
Almond Joy.
you might know.
and what I want to say to the ladies out here is bisexuality does actually exist. So there was this really interesting study. They put a cuff around men's penises.
Okay.
And they monitored the blood flow, right? So a lot of women are like, oh, he's bisexual. He's just gay, right? He's just, and a lot of gay men will first identify as, oh, I'm bisexual, sort of a stop on the way to gay town, right? But that's not always true.
Stop
And
on the way to gay town.
what they found is that, yes, there were a lot of people who claimed to be bisexual who were indeed, their penises, and not just what they're saying, their penises actually got just as hard, just as much blood flow looking at naked men or naked women. Now, what's interesting about this study, they did this 20-some years ago, and a lot of those men, when society was different, a lot of men who said they were bi
Were closeted.
were closeted.
Yeah.
But now that people are more open and it's okay to be queer, if men say that they're bisexual, chances are going up that he's actually bisexual. Because, Shakira says the hips don't lie. I say the don't lie.
Good for you, Doc.
Ooh, that sounds like a prison story. I want more.
But like you said, times are evolving. People are actually being more open-minded. So in a scenario like that, I think that is some great advice, as long as you're being open and upfront about it. But it's so interesting to hear a lot of the women in here say
It's almost unanimous.
they were like, they would be turned off by that. But then that would be the end of the date. Everybody go their separate ways. But I think it's about honesty. I think that's the thing where because for whatever reason, there's a stigma to the idea that if he does have a past or if he's still attracted to, the same sex,
can I
then
say this, Nick?
he might be being dishonest.
Because I've been the husband and the wife in the same night.
You keep saying that.
No, it's the truth. I'm serious. I'm telling you, from a woman's perspective, though, if it's one thing that I know I'm in competition with a woman. I know what she got, she can do what I do, but I don't know what he's doing with this man. In my head, from the woman's perspective, because I'm always in a competition that I will never be able to reach. So that's why a lot of women say that's not my get down.
It's just a little too much.
Well, men don't mind.
What does that mean, Flame?
I mean, look at the P. Diddy tapes.
Oh,
Let's go. Where we going?
Oh, here you go.
By the way, when tape number 17 come out, that was not me, that was AI.
You a wild person, Flame.
What are you gonna do? Come get me?
Nah, so I mean, I want to take the time out too because this is, a very special and often unique episode. I don't think we've ever had on the show where there's two people from the queer community.
I'm damn sure not from that community. I don't belong to no community group or organization.
That's what I was about to talk about.
They don't with me.
So you've been one of those people that said, don't try to define me or classify me as anything.
That's because I respect my mother.
What does that mean?
They ask me what is a woman. A woman is not a social construct. A woman is not a chromosome or a birther. A woman is your mother. Period.
I heard
and them
that.
hoes hate me for that, but they can kiss my in the face. That's what the fans say right here. That's what the fans say right there. Because the truth is the truth. And me and Mike were just having this conversation over there. If we lose our only allies from the community, which have always been biological women, because I would never say that other dumb shit. They just made that up too.
Yeah.
Then we lose. That's all we ever had was our allies. They acting like Trump. They alienating every goddamn body.
So you believe the LGBTQIA, their
It's
best...
It's a mo. Keep going.
in more letters. But their best ally has always been the woman?
Absolutely. Because women will stand up for us. Men will lay down with us, but women will stand up for us, whether we be their sons, brothers, best friends, uncles, whatever the case may be. Women will stand with us. Men won't. Wow. They won't. For the stigma of the shame, that's the first thing you holler. Oh, man, you gay. That's a crime.
Right.
Look at hip-hop. Baby, everybody getting it in. I should have been a rapper in the 80s. Damn. I was in the wrong business.
What I learned talking to Flame for like 5 minutes is, you really have to get to know somebody. And there were things, I'm a queer person. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought this about you. You're like, my 3 kids, my partner and this other part, and it's so interesting. If you can just get to know the person, like if you know one queer person, you know one queer person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you could really get to know somebody, whoever you are, straight, gay, queer, bisexual, if you know that person's story, I'm also often trying to treat people and diagnose people, but sometimes if I just stop and listen to their story, I take away the diagnostic criteria for like what's, quote, wrong with them.
Right.
And then I really just think sometimes after an hour, 2 hours, many sessions, it's like, oh, that's where that comes from.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with this label or this box.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That's going to be the name of my 1 hour special that you can executive produce. It's going to be called The Meet and Greet, because that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Meet me.
Right.
Don't let somebody else's perception that told you about me before you meet me, because that's already a greeting of me. So you come in with this, what you think.
Yeah,
meet me.
preconceived
I'm
notion.
the nicest bitch on the planet until I'm not. But meet me. Don't greet me from somebody else's perspective. I've heard you was a butthole, Nick. But
what?
No. This is just a scenario. I ain't never heard that. I heard
I don't know what you heard about my butthole.
No condoms, but nigga,
Flame talking about my butthole makes me uncomfortable.
Oh my God. I would have came in with this whole perception of you like, oh, he gonna be this way. But I read you at face value, just like you met me at face value, even though I've been knowing you since you was a little boy.
Exactly.
But the picture I saw on the internet, you wasn't no little boy.
Here you go. I don't know what Flame talking about, but I have known Flame since I was 15 years old in these comedy streets.
Wow.
But man, and even Doc, I feel like we've created a relationship over the years, and then it's interesting because he always tells this story that he did have a preconceived notion, and he thought I was an asshole, like you said. Why does everybody think that about me? I'm a nice guy.
No, I never heard that.
Yeah, I know those preconceived notions, right? You read a couple of articles, just 2 or 3 articles, then you make up this idea of what somebody is, and then you meet that person face to face, like you, and it's like, wow, Nick he's such a nice guy. He's so genuine. He really cares about people. He doesn't have this ego. I thought, oh, he's this egomaniac and he just wants to have as many kids as possible. It's like, I mean, the way you respect women, the way you take time to be with all of your children, it's like, wow, I would not have guessed that. And so I'm guilty for using those preconceived notions. And I think, yeah, we should meet and greet.
That's a great message. That's something to know, to get to know people, right?
Yeah.
That's a policy. We learning stuff here. We laughing and we learning.
I think you need a nanny.
I got a bunch of nannies.
I can be the tranny nanny. Oh, you ain't got no one. Oh, those kids to be well educated, baby. They know all about the streets.
Hilarious. Well, maybe you can educate some other people because I'm sure we got another question. This one is a written one from one of our at-nighters online. Let's see what they say. This comes from Quad Juice. All right, at Quad Juice. Curious to hear Nick's perspective on managing multiple co-parenting relationships while dating. It's a unique situation that could offer some real insights for blended families.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good.
Yeah, what do you do?
I mean, first of all, that the label co-parenting, I've always kind of had a issue with it because why do we have to have the co? We're just parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm just like Flame. When you start throwing labels on things, I think it does more harm than help and can get very dangerous because then everybody else has a preconceived notion of what you're doing. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't gotten it all the way right. But also to your point, if I just step into every situation with respect and compassion. And so and individuality, that's the other thing I always do with anyone I'm involved with in my life. I don't bunch them together. I really try my hardest not to be like, oh yeah, my baby mama is, unless I'm telling a joke or something like that. But no one wants to be grouped into anything. Everyone wants to be treated like an individual with respect and compassion.
How many baby mamas you got?
Here you go.
No, serious. I'm serious.
I have a half a dozen.
So do they all get along?
No. do you know 6 women anywhere that get along?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A basketball team be beefing with each other.
But you already knew what you were saying yourself, and how many of them black?
Oh, here you go. What? About half.
Oh, well, somebody gonna get their ass whooped.
But in that scenario, people do ask me that question a lot. Flame, do they all get along? They don't have to.
Yeah.
They have their own lives. They raise their children the way they want, and they have their
health. I don't agree with
Do all your baby mamas get along?
I only got 2, and one of them dead.
Oh, damn.
Well, I didn't kill her. Shit. Let me tell you why I don't agree with that. Because, and not to say that they should not get along, but this younger generation is different from my era.
Right.
These people get along and go to parties together.
I'm not saying they don't.
Watch The Shy. Lena Waithe, they're doing that on this season of The Shy. They're getting along and they babysitting each other's kids and they're not sleeping with each other's boyfriends, on the show anyway. But it's a different time, and I think that people should get along.
And this is the thing. I think that's a beautiful thing. It's just that I'm not like this king of some harem that's telling people what they have to do. Yeah. It's more about sure, if you have your own personal relationship, have at it, but it's not a prerequisite.
So they all copacetic.
Absolutely.
Let one of them checks bounce. Come on, where we going?
What do you think?
Let one of them checks bounce. So all hell gonna break loose.
So they're okay with each other now. What works for you in terms of communication?
The individuality and communication. I think everybody enjoys having the respect of their own household, their own family. But once you start grouping people together, then I think that's when you can create confusion. That's when egos get involved. That's when comparisons get involved. So, and like I said, I'm learning and growing daily. I didn't think that from the beginning, but what I realized and witnessed in real time during everything that I do, one, if we all put our children first and remove our egos and stuff,
right there.
then everybody.
That is the number one piece of advice. Put the children first, right? Because if you soft launch a relationship, well, let me ask you this question. Because the best piece of advice is you start low and you go slow, right? That's sort of that's what we do
in therapy.
In therapy, right? Or in healthcare. But in relationships, you also don't want to be in a relationship with somebody for a week. How long do you wait? If you're dating a new woman, how long do you wait to then tell some of the mothers of your children, hey, I'm dating somebody new?
I haven't really...
Or introduce them to your kids?
Even so, going back to what I was saying, and even what you agreed with, is like putting the kids first.
Yeah.
That's usually what I say whenever I meet someone. Off top is like, I have to put my children first.
Yeah.
And by putting my children first, that means I have to put their mothers in mind as well and treat them as a priority based off of their needs. So after that, it's really only a little bit of time left to where I can only be honest and real with you. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not really saying, hey, I can't wait to introduce you to my kids, or, ooh, let me tell the mothers of my children about you, because I have yet to be in a scenario that serious.
Yeah.
Let me be messy. Which one of them baby?
Always.
Which one of them baby mamas is petty? Like, you spent 5 minutes more with this one than you did with that one. Which one? Tell me which one.
None of them, Flame.
Oh, that you caught up to that.
They all amazing. Moving right along.
Wait a minute, I have to commend you though, Nick. I'm telling you, I wish more, and I'm gonna say black men, I wish more black men were really more prevalent. They don't never show the positivity of black fathers in the home. And I'm telling you, as a trans person who was a single parent of all 3 of my kids, who are now 22, 21, and 18, by myself, I wish I would have had a co-parent. My baby mom was crazy as a roll lizard, but we didn't get along, and I didn't want her to raise them the way in the hood. I wanted to raise my children the way on the beach. I wanted my children to be freer than I was, but I'm 15 years senior. So, and we had very different ideals about that. But I love that you stepped in, because I had to go to court 11 times to get custody of my children.
Wow.
Just because I was trans. She never showed up one time.
Wow.
Father's rights is something else, but it's a whole lot different when you got a set of titties.
I bet.
Such an amazing and unique story. I mean, that's, first of all, when is the movie coming out? When's the book?
My secrets to the grave. Me, I ain't like these big mouth bitches. I ain't telling shit. My shit going with me.
Hilarious. All right, well, speaking of keeping secrets, this is an exciting part of the show that everybody loves, because people are not as comfortable with sharing. And so we give them the opportunity to present an anonymous question.
Hey at night, this is Nasty T. I've been swimming in it in the past couple months with a few different people, aka highly sexually active. And I just went to the clinic and found out I got gonorrhea. Should I reach out and tell them people, or keep it to myself, keep it close to the chest? Also, is that illegal? Let me know. I'm trying to stay somewhat safe.
Not somewhat safe. Hold on, is gonorrhea still a thing that's popping in the streets?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you can.
Because I know like herpes is out there. I know chlamydia is out there.
Gonorrhea, you can have it in your throat, but the
you
nice
can
thing
have
is,
gonorrhea in your throat.
but here's the thing: it's so treatable. So why would you not want to disclose to your partner something that is highly treatable if you know? Because a lot of people, here's the thing: you think, oh well, they're just going to have symptoms. They're going to know. A lot of people won't have symptoms. So unless you tell your partner, you don't want people to be walking around with these STIs, these sexually transmitted infections. And if you know that, you got to tell these people, right?
So, I mean, it sounds like he's out there. It sounds like he got his diagnosis and he's trying to do the right thing. But that probably had to be awkward too. He got to call multiple people and say, are you burning? All right, never mind, bye.
Well, and also, what happens if he gets treated and then he doesn't tell them? He's just going to get it all
Back
over again, right?
Nah, I would think he'd be smart enough to not,
Smart, period. The mere fact that he made that phone call let you know he ain't shit. Because he shouldn't have been calling you. He should have been calling all those partners.
But that's what he was saying.
No, he don't need to say that. He need to do it.
Well,
And he say he's sleeping around. He's spreading around. So whoever she's sleeping with, because he ain't the only one. His voice don't even sound cute. He ain't the only one.
That's modulated.
I don't give a damn. Whoever it is. He ain't the only one, because women have them a line up just like men do.
Yeah.
So that means she giving it to the one she gonna marry, because he was just a throwback. She ain't gonna marry him. How she gonna explain that to the potential husband?
Just giving the gonorrhea to everybody at the party. Passing around. Well, hopefully he listens to y'all.
He ain't listen to me.
Do the right thing.
I don't want you to hit me. You might give it to me through the phone.
It also sounds like he's in multiple relationships. Honesty is the best policy. It doesn't sound like he's married to any one
relationship
sex partner relationship. So, I don't think it's going to be a huge surprise.
He said he was spreading it around. That don't sound like relationship. That sound like hope.
Yeah, he said he was highly sexually active.
Yeah. I think his sex partners know that he is not committed to them in a committed.
That ain't what they need to know.
He's just charging
it. Those test results.
So that's the dangers of just being out there in the streets and outside like that.
Sometimes
or having babies.
Consequences shape behavior, and sometimes, those questions. Have you guys ever been at the doctor and they're like, "Well, do you use a condom?" Always with new sex partners. Sometimes, never.
Oh, they do. That's the little questionnaire.
But sometimes those questions, those consequences, the anxiety you feel, sometimes it's like, maybe I should do something different. So
Right.
sometimes it is that anxiety you feel or the fear or the fact that he's going to talk to these people and make different decisions. That can actually be part of people growing and making better choices.
Indeed.
I'm always the boring voice here, huh?
No, we need the doctor to give us the education. You gonna talk shit, he gonna give us
There we
the
go.
real.
I'm still stuck on the question, do you use condoms all the time?
Well, clearly not all the time.
What? Contrary to popular belief.
It depends on what side of the bed I'm on. I'm right-handed, and I sleep on my left, so if they behind me, I'm not going to roll over and get them. So if they, yeah. I'm not.
What were you going to say?
Never mind. I was going to say what Flame is
They
going to
can't
say.
clean it up. What number we on?
I'm 12.
Yeah, he can't clean it up.
I'm done.
He hasn't seen a condom since he was 15.
That is not true. All right. You know what? This is really the opportunity that I actually like, because we've been having quite the spirited conversation this episode. So I would love to turn over to our audience to see if you guys have not just any questions about the conversations that we're having, but we have a professional here that can help you in all spaces, from sex therapy to relationships. So if anyone has a question, now would be the time to present it to our good doctor. And of course, Flame gonna say some wild shit.
Don't be making me like the asterisk. I'm not a footnote.
You ain't no doctor. You a whole lot of things, but you ain't no doctor.
Shit, depending on who you talk to, Flame.
Hi, I'm Queen Lady Act.
Hey, Queen Lady. Yeah.
So I wanted to act, is it an issue if I look for a man that's perfect? Is that like an issue? Because I'm thinking like maybe I'm overly looking for a perfect person and nobody's perfect.
Are you perfect?
Yeah, I think you just answered your
No,
question.
I'm not perfect. I'm
Then,
not
so you're looking for something that you could never be. So why would you be looking so hard? Because you're never going to find that. You got to look at you. What do you want? What's going to make you, for real, make you happy? Because it ain't always the money. That helps, though.
You might be a doctor.
Well, I honestly want to find someone that is similar to me with morals and integrity, and it doesn't seem like I'm just looking on the view part. So I've been out of the dating world a long time.
But you're going to have to remove that word perfect, because it don't belong in that equation. It's impossible. It's impossible. I think I am, but I promise you I'm not. I can make all the money, great tits, but it's the so then, you got to remove that word. You can find the person, you just got to remove that word, because you can't measure up to that.
So for you, values, that's the most important thing?
Extremely.
Similar values? Yeah.
Extremely.
So, and how long you been single?
I think it's been over 4 years after a divorce of 15.
Yeah.
So I kind of wasn't never in the dating world. So now it's all new to me. It's like, oh, never mind. The first conversation, like, no, I'm good.
Well, and how
Before
much of
the
this
date.
looking for the perfect man is related to all of the things you did wrong from your last relationship? Do you think there's some trauma there? Do you think that you learned a
No,
lot?
I think that I met my ex when we were young. We were teenagers. So now that I'm in my late 30s, it's like, how do I do this? A lot of guys like me, but I won't even give them a chance because I'm so focused on my career. So I'm wondering, I don't go to a guy and say, oh, you're not perfect. But I notice right away I'm looking like he don't got no morals, no integrity, no respect. I don't care about the money.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a lot of money. I'm self-made, independent. But I just feel like I look at all the bad things first. And then I start realizing, well, maybe I'm looking for perfect. That's all I
Well,
can.
you know, and I'm,
figure out.
you know, when you're talking, it also feels like you putting your career first, that maybe that's where you're at. And maybe subconsciously part of you is actually saying, oh, well, this guy has this and that guy has that, and I don't want those guys. But maybe it's timing. You know, timing is everything in relationships. And if you're in the phase of your life and you've only been single for 4 years in your late 30s, have some fun. You know what I mean? Put your career
Right.
first, have some fun, and maybe once you get that feeling in your gut, like, okay, now I'm really ready for a relationship, maybe you're gonna actually not look for Mr. Perfect, but you're gonna look for, you know, somebody who's just a really great fit for you.
How
I
long you
probably
been
wasn't
celibate?
ready, right?
Yeah.
How long you been celibate?
Great question. 4 years and 3 months?
Girl, let me tell you something. You 30 something, late 30s. A woman 35 to
39.
45 is your prime. Bitch, you better go. Bitch, you play too much. That's when the be the best. Bitch, you wasted. She's going to turn on you. Bitch, you better go.
From Dr. Flame Monroe.
That's right. That's right.
Them the good years, girl. You playing.
Just gave you a prescription, bitch. You better go.
And look in the right places, you know, because I also think for you, I can tell that values, morals are really, really important for you. So, you know, if you're in places where you're going to be like the apps, for example, for you, maybe that's not a great place for you, or the type of app, right? I have a feeling, whether it's a place of worship, whether it's at work, through friends, you may find we tend to be around people who we are similar to, right? So I would imagine that a lot of your best friends have similar values. Am I right?
Oh, definitely.
So, if you're patient and you're not dying to be in a relationship, and you've been in a relationship, a marriage, most of your adult life.
Yeah.
So,
and I didn't start living my best life until the last 5 years.
yeah.
So it's
4
kinda
years,
like,
no, you strong as a mother. Girl, you strong. Woo! You gonna kill some man.
hopefully this year.
It's gonna be whoa. You're gonna give it to him.
Woo!
That man is in for something wonderful. Thank you so much, Queen. That was
Me
amazing.
over here saying this shit.
We got time for one more question from the audience. Anybody else? First of all, y'all gave some great advice.
Y'all be acting scared. Get up there and ask a question.
Yeah.
Dr. Flame.
Yeah, Dr. Flame. I can't. There we go.
I would have put Dr. Ruth to shame.
Anyone else? Let them know who you are, player.
I'm Orlando, a.k.a. Coach Lando.
Coach Lando.
For sure. Well, I have a question. What is considered cheating in today's dating?
That is a
with DMs and different things like that. How do you guys feel about that? What kind of advice could you guys give to the fellas, in this new...
So we can play by the rules that are laid in front of us.
For sure, yeah.
Thanks, Coach. That's a great
What was the
question.
question?
What is really considered cheating today?
Ooh, going through my phone, looking for some shit you shouldn't be in my goddamn phone no goddamn way, and I went and got caught.
That's a different perspective because obviously
Yeah.
I always say anything that has to deal with dishonesty.
Yeah.
Like if you can't do what you want to do in front of that person, if you doing it when they're not there, like even I tell my daughter when I always say like, yo, what's the definition of integrity? To always do the right thing even when no one's watching. So in that sense to where it's like, as long as you can be solid and be honest and upfront with, then you can move how you want to move. That's my definition. But I'm not a doctor, he is.
In this day and age, a lot of people are talking about the emotional affair, right, versus the physical affair. Like, well, if I didn't have sex, was I cheating? I think to your point, Nick, if a girlfriend or a woman you're dating, a partner is looking at the kind of texts or the kind of conversations that you're having, and if I think sometimes those emotional affairs are indeed cheating, right? But it's also information that there's something in the relationship that you're not getting. Right. And I think so many people are just afraid to walk away from relationships or address the things in the relationship that they're not getting.
Yeah, there's always that famous question, would you rather your significant other spend an hour at a strip club or an hour on the phone with a coworker?
That's some nice shit. Y'all,
I'm just saying, like that's
let me come to it from a whole perspective up under here.
a whole one.
Let me tell you, it is very hard to remain sexually attracted to only one person for a long time. That's just the truth of the matter. That's male and female, because you see other women that you like, and women see other men that they like, and wouldn't mind smashing them, and they'll say that in their head. Now, acting on it is a different thing. But I'm telling you something right now. People cheat. To me, if I got a committed partner, okay, let me tell my story just 3 weeks ago. If you got a committed partner and then you got a little dip on the side, I love this committed partner. This dip on the side is my freak. I don't want my committed partner to be the freak. I want this person to be the nice one. I have and then when I do what I do with the freak, I come home and the hell out of the committed partner. I think it's a teachable
But was
moment.
any of that cheating?
Well, yes, of course it's cheating. I'm not giving cheating a pass, but I'm telling you, it does happen. And so many men and women lose out on their best friend because you cannot forgive a cheat. It's harder for men to forgive. It's harder for women to give. It's easier for a woman to forgive a man than it is for a man to say, you gave my away. When that's not your that is your when she loaned it to you at that time. Because that's her to give to somebody else, just like you give your to somebody else. But men don't see it like that because I do everything. This that ain't your and when you make her mad, she's going to remind you, I gave it to your brother.
Or the dad, or the dad,
Coach
or the dad.
Randall.
The dad too, right? Sometimes you got women that give it to the dad.
You telling it all.
That's the real. Because I'm not going to lose this great man who, he's great to my kids. He takes care of me. Up. I'm going to have to learn to go to something now. You ain't going to keep over me. But hear me when I tell
You
you
give 'em a
that
pass or two.
women are slicker than men because women get them some on the low. You know I'm a girl and a boy. I'm telling you. Women slick as a mother, and men be thinking she committed, she at home, she baking the pies. You have no idea that she the garbage man.
Not the garbage man.
I think every single person is different. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm married. And I was asking for a friend.
Say happily.
Happily married. Happily married.
Don't say that because TD Jakes was married too.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm still married though.
AP on. Come on,
And we going home tonight to have some good fun.
And there.
Some holy fun with it too. And I'm gonna throw some holy water on it.
So your wife has never, so this has never been an issue in your marriage?
No, it's not me. I was asking for a friend.
Yeah. I think everybody's different, you know, and I think for you, as I'm hearing you talk, Flynn, it's like, okay, for you, there is sort of this divide. You're getting some of your needs met over here. And I would imagine, you know, maybe is that true for you too, Nick?
I don't know. I wouldn't know how to, because I guess I'm not thinking of it in its totality.
Yeah.
I'm just we're trying to.
You know what's interesting about some of these hormones? I actually have this genetic, I do a lot of genetic testing in my practice, and I, of course, did genetic testing on myself. And I actually have this mutation, and my body has higher levels of oxytocin. So what's interesting about oxytocin, it's this hormone, and only mammals who have high levels of oxytocin can mate for life, right? So I actually am a human being, and who I am, and even in my genes, I really want to, and I have the ability to mate with one person, my husband.
Oh, okay.
Even though I don't think, you know, we keep trying.
I was saying, you ain't figured that out yet, have they?
But I think that there are some people who maybe, you know, that's one hormone. They have a different kind of, they have a different genetic mutation. There are people who have that genetic mutation, have lower levels of oxytocin. Or there are these mutations you can have in your dopamine gene, right? And people who have some of these mutations, they're sensation seekers. So they want, and they crave more dopamine, more novelty, and that means more new people to feel happy in the relationship and in the bedroom. So
that's me.
That's
you?
Yeah, it is you. And you can tell, like, your personality, you're so funny. You're a sensation seeker. So I think we all have to say, we've got to get to know that one person. We've got to have compassion for them and understand that there are some things, even in their genes, their nature, their nurture, that are going to change them. And it even changes, are you able to be happy with one person or not? And there's no right or wrong answer. You know, in my couples therapy, sex therapy practice, when people come to see me, I'm not telling them the only way to be happy is to do this. I listen to them, and then I say, you know, what I think for you, getting to know you, or even doing genetic testing or personality tests on you, I think you would probably be best suited to X, Y, or Z.
Right.
But honesty is key. So if people are going to be open in relationships, you got to have rules, you have to be open, and that is what helps people to be more happy.
Wait, you and your husband don't have threesomes?
No.
Oh my God! Let me tell you about threesomes. In your 20s,
Hold on, you with the threesome.
and in your 50s. In your 20s, you're like an extra. You're just a cast extra. In your 50s, I was Steven Spielberg. Do this. Do that again. Don't go over there. Stand on your head. Oh my God, it was wonderful.
Well, speaking of, you know, each and every episode, we keep it real exciting in here, but we also go out to these streets and talk that talk. So let's see what they was talking about at night.
Threesomes at night. Threesomes, is that in or out?
In.
You with a threesome?
Yes. She gotta be the side though. I gotta be main.
Do you say that off top, like?
Off the top, off the rip. Like I don't play that. Like.
Do you have to go find her?
I mean, I don't care. He can bring her.
Oh, say less.
So then, how does one determine who's the main and the side?
You just know.
You just know.
It's like I give main energy, so it's like yeah.
Main character energy. Threesomes. How do you feel about those?
I can't. No.
You ever had one?
I don't like to share what's mine.
Monogamy, one-on-one interaction only.
Yep.
Is that adventurous enough? Is that wild enough?
Wild? No, but I mean, I don't want to see another bitch.
Why? That don't turn you on?
No, it does not.
That would never make you excited?
No.
Boring. Threesomes.
I'm with it all.
Tell
I
me
mean, if you're a real bitch, you don't care.
Right.
But that's in a single term. If you're in a relationship, that's different.
Okay, so tell me your most fun threesome experience.
2 girls.
So it was all 3 of y'all?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
It's a better time than 2 men.
Yeah, that's a train. Now, how did y'all please each other when there was no penis involved?
Y'all got a mind put 3 and 3 together.
I ain't never seen triple scissors. You ever had threesome?
I have experience with that.
Is it a good experience?
For those that know, if you've done it before, like it can be cool. Some people like it all the time. I'm like, nah, that's not really my thing.
Is it overrated?
To me, yes.
Why?
I like to, focus on my one person, and we do our thing. Don't have to bouncing around, all that type of
So
stuff.
you're not like, it's like playing double dutch.
Yeah, taking double dutch. I didn't really do that when I was king. I'm a bigger dude. I didn't really double dutch. So, I like to focus on one.
Now, have you ever gotten a situation where it got a little...
So I mean, I tried to do a little threesome joint in my last, and like the bitch bit my lip, like she was on some weird shit. So I was like, I'm good, like I don't want to no more. So like that shit was weird.
Bitch,
It was
you a
like,
vampire?
Yeah, she was a vampire, like, and then she did it again.
You had to let that couldn't be done. You guys gonna have fun tonight, I see.
We are.
And it's your birthday.
She has to do whatever I ask her to.
Is that the rule?
That's the rule. I will do it. 3 birthday wishes.
3 birthday, give them to me.
Birthday wish number 1.
Uh-huh.
You need to kiss both of us.
What's number 2? Have you guys always been into girls?
No, I think we both don't always.
Yeah,
Everything.
We dabble in everything.
Is there ever a male involved in this
Do you
scenario?
want to be?
All right, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. It's been an amazing man on the street, bitch. We out. Bye, let's go. Now, obviously, that was just for the cameras and a joke. I'm happily, never mind. So, threesomes is a big thing, is a big conversation when it comes to, I guess, these new age relationships, like you said before we watched that video. You didn't even know we were gonna throw to that concept, but if someone's ever asked you, I say if you did it, if somebody's ever asked you for that, clap.
Ask the women asking for it.
Now, women, have you guys ever asked for that? So that's the question. That's what I was actually
Lies.
No, I was gonna pose that question. Is the threesome idea more one-sided? Because what I've heard is that women usually only do it because they believe that's what their man wants.
Sometimes, I think from an evolutionary point of view, it's interesting as we sort of developed that women probably have more flexibility in their sexual orientation. Again, not all, but most, because if you were having that baby and something happened, your hunter husband, father of your child was eaten by a tiger, you needed to be able to form relationships to actually help
find you a new man because the other one got ate by a tiger.
Or woman. So, I think a lot of times in my practice, in my experience, I've treated thousands of couples. I think most of the time, yes, it is the man asking for it.
Right.
But not always. Like I would peg it, in my experience, in my office, total like 60-40.
Well, Flame, you both. You 60 and 40. So, from your perspective, who's asking for it?
I think men ask for it more, but I think if women really want to make a man stop asking, all she had to do is say, bring another man, not another woman. That's all she got to
What
say.
y'all clapping for?
Now, let me tell you something, ladies. If that get too excited, bring the other man, that's that bisexual that talking about.
Well, this has been yet another lively episode. Y'all give it up for our guests. Of course, the amazing Flame Monroe and Dr. Mike Down. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, send your questions in, and we're going to try to find you some answers. It's at night. We out.